This is why Ja Morant should be the number one NBA draft pick. Forget the NBA's top 5 point guards who have been at the top of the league for about as long as Lil Nas X has dominated the number one Billboard Hot 100 chart. Cause right now, the Memphis Grizzlies young star that goes by the name of Ja Morant looks like a top 5 player, and many people are more than convinced he should have been the number 1 pick over Zion Williamson in the first place. But why is that so? Why do people like Ja so much that they wish to time travel to the past simply to change what Adam Silver announced 3 years ago? See, with the first pick in the 2019 NBA draft, Pelicans made the obvious choice. Back then, a 19-year-old Zion Williamson was inarguably the most mesmerizing player in the world of basketball. Pro or amateur, neither had a candidate that seemed more worthy of a pick than a flying sledgehammer who dunked with disturbing power, rejected shot attempts faster than a credit card, and otherwise defied the physics of the game in ways too otherworldly not to tweet about in wonder. These days though, Williamson is a mixed bag. And don't get me wrong, it's not his talent that's in doubt, but rather his flagging durability, which is either a product of his unholy alloy of size and speed, or a direct consequence of having a household in the junk food capital of the earth. Zion missed most of his rookie season due to all sorts of injuries, and has also yet to play this season because of a broken foot. He went from an obvious all-star to being called Charles Barkley's and Shaq's baby.
Chuck, you had a visceral reaction to this.
It looked like me and Shaq had a baby. What did it look like, Chuck? Me and you had a baby. God dang.
It's enough to make a sane man wonder if maybe Pelicans got this wrong after all, and maybe, just maybe, they should have taken the other South Carolina airplane phenomenon. As Williamson began his rookie year recovering from surgery, Ja Morant, who went to the Memphis Grizzlies as a second pick in the 2019 NBA draft, tiptoed out of Williamson's shadow to claim Rookie of the Year honors. In the 2020 to 2021 season, Morant single-handedly knocked off the Stephen Curry-led Warriors in the NBA's play-in tournament and sealed the Grizzlies their first playoff appearance in 4 seasons. And not to mention how he poured in another ace-scoring effort to help steal a game on the road against the top-seeded Jazz. This season, however, the dreaded hair and handles dude isn't sneaking up on anyone. This season, Ja declared himself a top 5 point guard. A pretty big boast, but a real one. Everything he's done this season more than confirms his claims. He started the season with a 33-point opera against the league-leading Phoenix Suns, ending it with a twisting, fall-away, game-winning layup over 2 defenders. Just 2 days after that, he went face-to-face with LeBron from behind the arc, hitting everything but 1 3-pointer, rallying the Grizzlies from what looked like a no-comeback 14-point deficit to an astonishing 41-point victory. And the list goes on and on. From American Airlines windmill dunks, to literally going head-to-head with the backboard to block shots at altitudes humankind has yet to touch. You name it. This man can do it. For an average NBA enjoyer, he just asks to be compared to Curry, the ultimate underrated small college kid who turns his slays into cannon fodder. And for those who were brave enough to show up dressed in purple and gold at the FedEx Forum on that sad night against the Lakers, his look was screaming at them to go back to Los Angeles. Morant has always been a Hogwarts candidate with the ball, equally capable of displacing defenders off the dribble or off a glance. Mindful of Morant's explosive first step, even the Lakers defenders had to think twice before deciding whether they want to pick him up at the three-point line or simply lay on the ground and wait for him to do the magic. And that slight moment of hesitation is all Morant needs to ensure himself a wide-open look, followed up by an open highway drive to the basket. And even when he isn't crashing the offensive boards, he's blocking shots and spinning around Lakers defenders who often seemed more lost than the game they were playing. The most impressive thing of them all, though, is how Morant helped rebound the Grizzlies from a 9-10 start to being one of the biggest threats of the Southwest Division. His scoring average is 24.5 points, and his three-point accuracy over 38%. And both the stats are climbing with each successive game, which suggests that the 22-year-old might have sold himself a bit short. Forget the league's top 5 point guards. Right now, Morant looks like a top 5 player. Just like a prime Derrick Rose, but with far greater judiciousness and restraint. Or, if not what I just said, Morant looks like he should have been the top pick, not just in the 2019 draft, but all along. Why he wasn't probably has more to do with LeBron-level hype around Williamson than Morant's talent. New Orleans has tried building a team around a point guard before, and that was Chris Paul, arguably one of the best ever at that position, and yet even he could only do so much. There's still some doubt about exactly what position Williamson would play when he returns to the league and actually starts playing like every normal player ever. And that question was there even before his eating habits. Now, he's said to be weighing around 330 pounds, which is hundreds too many. While Williamson reaches for another croissant, Morant seems to have stayed away from Memphis's famed barbecue and soul food joints. Morant has a reputation of a workout warrior who owes his own early viral fame to the highly improvised and unorthodox workouts, which came from the dreams of his father T, a high school teammate of Ray Allen. But the real reason why Morant could have gone number 1 back in 2019 is much larger, yet much simpler than all that. It's simply hiding in the fact that basketball is a little man's game now. And in a game where layups and threes are the headmaster, Morant, not Williamson, is the player with the greater upside and a clear advantage. I'm not saying Williamson can do those two, but he hasn't really had enough game time for us to be able to judge that. And from what we've seen so far, he's way too fierce for precise ballet layups. But then again, it is still early days. Williamson's career is anything but over, and who knows what all he could achieve if he just became a bit more disciplined and hopped on a better diet. Until he gets back though, you can't say you didn't see Ja Morant coming to crush it. If you don't think he's a top player yet, at the very least, you know that he's hungry too.